My name is Douglas Onyango Tieno. I'm the Executive Director of Tinada Youth Organization. Tinada is a youth-led organization, and we work to ensure that the health of young people are improved. Mental health problems account for nearly half of global burdens of disease among young people aged 15 to 19, yet many young people with mental health problems in Kenya cannot access help that they need. In Kenya, 1 in every 2 school-going adolescents suffer from depression and anxiety. And we are currently establishing a center for mental health, which is a community-based. We ensure that we provide psychosocial support, mental health prevention, mental health therapy, mental health research, and we are working in 6 counties in Kenya. Tinada has been working with a number of schools, both primary, secondary schools, and private schools,
where we are giving students information about mental health, because we believe that they too usually battle different types of mental health issues, psychosocial issues. And so our purpose of going to school is just to make sure that no one is left behind when it comes to mental health. Unfortunately, majority of them say they don't want their parents to know what's going on. They don't want their teachers to know what's going on because they are afraid, and especially those who come from violent households and just other things that they feel that the parents will not know. And that poses a lot of problems, because majority of parents believe that when you mention mental health, then it's something to do with probably psychiatric cases, which is not the case. Sometimes it's just those normal stress life issues that each and every person usually go through, even the small children. So my appeal to parents is to take the initiative to listen to their children, to learn more about psychosocial development of children, so that they can know what happens in their children's life.
Currently, we have 32 out-of-school male youth clubs formed and running with the support from our peer educators who are working within the community. We also have 23 single mother support groups formed. They have different sessions in every week to ensure that their mental health and well-being is stable. And one thing that I can say that we've influenced the budget in the county, and right now Kisumu County is having a mental health budget.
I'm a member of Kamakoa Jamtaka CBO, out of school male youth support group. What motivated me to join the support group is the challenges that mostly I experience around my area. There are some challenges that can make someone mentally unstable. There are some things like gambling. Gambling mostly causes somebody to have stress. And another one I can say that is mostly experienced by us teenagers: relationship and heartbreaks. Not only are we talking about mental health, but we are also being taught about how to come up and grow our future. So I can say that the support group has really done much than I expected to me, of which I appreciate that one. And also, coming to think about it, now at this point I can give somebody advice that this is the wrong and this is right. There was something that we were taught by Whitney that in the modern world we have empowered girls or females, but we lack men who are taught how to live with empowered women. So at that point, you see, all I can say, this one now I address to Tinada, I really want to thank them, because he is empowering us men to live with empowered women.
My name is Jeroni Makinyo-Bwar, a peer educator at Tinada Youth Organization. I have been handling support groups in Kisumu West, and so far I handled teen mom support groups and single mother support group. I'd love to say that my journey interacting with the mothers, it has been one with mixed reactions. There were days that I would look forward to going to talk to the moms, and there were days that I was just so low. It was because of the experiences that the moms had. Some of them were so painful, because then they try to share the real life experiences with us or with the rest of the mothers. And you could find that that was the first time that some of the mothers were sharing about how fast they became pregnant, and how some of them were chased away from their houses, how their parents stopped supporting them, and how the people who actually made them pregnant also abandoned them. So with all these mixed reactions, you could find that in a support session that we were even supposed to handle a topic, we couldn't handle that because then moms were just always teary, and it was time for us to just lend our, was it shoulders or time for the girls to cry on our backs. So I would sometimes reflect on the stories that the girls and the mothers told. It sometimes brought me back to experiences that I also had at first hand with, and this could also make me also remember the things that happened to either me or somebody who was related to me. So I could say that being with the moms was actually an eye-opening to me, because I was like, sometimes life is not fair and sometimes life is fair. But the fact that I like that the girls could come together and see that they could count on one another, because I remember we created some kind of sisterhood support in the support groups, so the girls could actually find it's a safe space for them just coming to share out stuff. You could find that none of them had actually shared whatever happened to them before, but in their support group, you could find that now very free. They could share, they could say this and this happened to me, and this the way it has been. So I am so happy that eventually the girls and the mothers were free to share what they had gone through. My low moments were when we could cry, like not only them, but when we could all cry during the session. And my high moments were when the girls could say they don't want the sessions to end and they want them to go on and on. And I'm also glad that most of them came out with knowledge on mental health, and of which up to now, I hear some of them now train other girls in the community on mental health sessions. And also, I also love the fact that by the time I left, this is specifically the Rota single moms, they already formed a group of which they're now having their own community engagements with the group.
Many people look at me right now and they can't believe that at one point I used to abuse alcohol to a level where it got chronic and severe. One thing I would like to say very fast is, you see, it's a chronic mental illness which is incurable. Yeah, it is characterized by uncontrollable use of alcohol and preoccupation with alcohol. You understand? So it's something which, when you hear parents telling their children that when kama unapenda kunywa tu mpaka siku utatosheka, nobody who reaches that stage of chronic severe addiction, alcohol addiction, nobody who reaches that stage enjoys doing what they're doing. It's a desperate cry for help, and that's what happened to me. It affected me in university. I dropped out of university because I couldn't study because of my preoccupation with alcohol, so I dropped out. Things got worse. I spiraled down the rabbit hole. I continued drinking until it started affecting my health. Yeah. So at some point I had to make a decision. Whether to drink until I die or whether to give myself to the 12-step AA program. So I went to rehabilitation. I was able to be rehabilitated. I came out, and God, all glory belongs to Him, helped me out. And now I met Tinada Youth Organization in collaboration with NACADA. You know, in 2016, we started this brain awareness initiative with On the Move. On the Move, the director is here, Dr. Rick Walterson. And I have been able to have a platform, you know. I've been able to be a symbol of hope. People see me, and I share my story with them whenever I go for outreaches, and I tell them how I came out of it. And I've been able to help quite a number, so many, to get out of it.
In Kisumu, we are able to intensify mental health psychological support through the Ministry of Health and partner organizations. This partnership greatly help our health care workers, COVID positive patients and their contacts. Let us support each other in terms of the resources available to support mental health. The support further includes several radio talk shows in our local media houses to educate people on suicide prevention and the effects of gender-based violence. The mental health and psychosocial support team who are providing these services at several clinical supervision sessions to share their professional burnout and stress cases. Other partners such as Tinada, Cafedo, CRS, and later AMPAT, plus joined hands to support community-based psychological initiatives, psychosocial initiatives. We still need to do more since not everyone was reached with these noble interventions by our health workers.
We used to have family members coming, even staying in our house. But nowadays, some of them don't visit. They fear Kevin. When it comes within the community, they always call Kevin and tell Kevin, wewe si mgonjwa, unajifanya tu na wewe si mgonjwa. Wananisengenya. I think that came out, wananisengenya, meaning he's also feel stigmatized within the community. I always like talking about Kevin because we grew up like twins. We were always together, doing things together, doing house calls together, and we could at times fight. He went to school. Form 1 was very easy for him. He was complaining of headaches. After that, he decided not to go to school. So when my dad was buried, life started becoming so hard for us as a family. All the money that my dad had, my savings for me to go to school, were used for Kevin medication because he was on and off in the hospital. That point is when even my brother, who is our third born, lost hope in life. In Form 1, his fee was paid. In Form 2, we had challenges of his fee being paid. He was on and off in school. He had to drop out of school. For me and my mother, it has not been easy taking care of Kevin because Kevin is in lifetime medication, not only medication but also injection. So at times we cannot afford to buy this medication. So it has always been difficult. So we always involve friends for him to get his medication. Yeah, because if he doesn't get his medication, his status worsens. This goes to the government. I know we are trying to, or you are trying to do much to help, but remember, you really left out caregivers who have children with disability and focusing so much on those who are disabled. This goes out to all the caregivers outside there. I know you are facing challenges. You've seen my story.